Hey, Mr. Bennett, how are you today?
I'm so great, Miss Updike. I heard that you had a book to read, and I love books, and I thought I could just jump on here and read with you.
I am so happy you joined me. It is our first reading lesson of the year. And can I let you in on a little secret?
Mhm.
I love reading.
Can I let you on a little secret?
What?
I love listening to you read.
Yes. And kindergarten friends, in kindergarten this year, you're going to listen to so many stories. And the best part is it's going to take us different places. We're going to learn about different characters. And the most important, we're going to read just to enjoy a good book. Are
Hmm.
you ready to listen to a good story today, Mr. Bennett?
I got 2 ears for a reason.
All right. Well, I chose a story today, and it's called How Rocket Learned to Read. Because
Oh,
guess what? We're going to learn how to read in kindergarten this year.
I can't wait.
I'm so excited. Are you ready to hear my story, Mr. Bennett?
Yes, I am.
All right. How Rocket Learned to Read by Tad Hills. He's the author who wrote this book. All right. Rocket loved to play. He loved to chase leaves and chew sticks. Mr. Bennett,
Yeah,
are you listening to me?
I was just playing with my toy. It's my little Mr. Rogers man.
Um, he is a lot of fun. But Mr. Bennett, it's reading time. How can you be listening to me if your eyes aren't on my book?
Um, you know what? I shouldn't have toys sitting out on my desk. That's going to make it so I can't listen because I need my ears and my eyes to listen.
Right. What if I asked you a question? Would you be able to answer it? You want to try that again?
Yeah.
Okay. Rocket loved to play. He loved to chase leaves and chew sticks. He loved to listen to the birds sing.
Aw.
Every fall morning, after chasing leaves, Rocket would lie down in his favorite spot under his. Mr. Bennett, you are making a lot of noise over there. And Mrs. Opdyke is trying to read this great story to you.
I just got thirsty and I wanted to drink some water, and I had my water with me, and
And you know, it's okay to have your water with you, and I get that. But maybe mute your mic so I can't hear you and still make sure you're listening to the story.
mm. So when I'm listening to a story, I probably should
Mm-hmm.
put my microphone on, unless I have something I need to say.
Exactly. All right, are you ready to try that again? Eyes on, ears listening, and quiet lips. Okay. Every fall morning after chasing leaves, Rocket would lie down in his favorite spot under his favorite tree. There, he'd sniff the neighborhood smells and settle in for a good nap. But one day, a little yellow bird startled Rocket. Uh, Mr. Bennett, I can't even see your face now.
I'm sorry. I heard Miss Abby talking in the other room, and I was just getting up to talk to her because she had something she wanted to say, and it was so loud in my house.
All right, but remember, it's story time and we have to learn together. So your eyes are on, your lips are quiet,
My ears are open.
ears are open, and you're focused on the screen. Your body is still.
You know what? That is a really good point, Miss Updike. Even though I'm in my house right now, I am in school with you. So I got a good idea. I'm
You
going to
have an
put
idea.
on headphones so that I can't hear Miss Abby and all I can hear is you.
Okay, so you can hear me and you can focus on the story. So,
I get this really cool microphone so that if I need to talk, I feel really special.
okay, all right. Okay, are we ready to try this one more time, Mr. Bennett? eyes on, ears listening, lips quiet, hands and body still, sitting strong. All right. Every fall morning after chasing leaves, Rocket would lie down in his favorite spot under his favorite tree. There, he'd sniff the neighborhood smells and settle in for a good nap. But one day, a little yellow bird startled Rocket. Aha! My first student! Wonderful, she sang. Rocket was confused. Student? I'm not a... But if I am your teacher, the bird interrupted, then you must be my student. Rocket found it hard to argue with this bird. Mr. Bennett, you're doing such a great job giving me 5 and listening to the story.
I got my eyes, my ears, my mouth, and my body listening.
I am so glad you saw my sign, the bird chirped. Oh, yes, I can see it, Rocket said. But I don't know how to read. Can't read? Fantastic. She waved a wing. Welcome to my classroom. But I just came here to nap, Rocket said. No, no. There will be no napping in class, said the bird, except, of course, during nap time. Well then, I can take a nap over here, said Rocket. I've had a very busy morning. Not to worry, I'll be around every day, chirped the bird, until the weather turns. Hey, Mr. Bennett, that's kind of making me think about school. I mean, I get that Rocket's tired and we all get tired, but we're going to have breaks every day, right?
That's right. And you know what is really cool is Rocket's learning in his own backyard like we're all learning from school. And I gotta say, Miss Updike, when I'm using my eyes, my ears, my mouth, and my body to listen, I feel like I'm enjoying this book more than I've ever enjoyed any book.
I bet you understand what it's about.
Mm-hmm.
As Rocket breathed in the crisp air, the little yellow bird hung her banner. Ah, the wondrous, mighty, gorgeous alphabet, she marveled, where it all begins. We're going to learn about the alphabet this year. Opening up a book, the bird began to read. She sang out of the story of an unlucky dog named Buster who lost his favorite bone. A cool breeze carried her lively voice across the yard. At first, Rocket was disturbed. I wonder why he doesn't like that. But before long, he found himself captivated. To Rocket, the story was as delicious as the earthy smells of fall. It was as exciting as chasing leaves. He closed his eyes and listened to every word. As Buster dug and dug under the lilac bush, the bird read, he felt something familiar. Rocket waited. Was it the bone, he wondered? Silence. Was it the bone, he called to the bird? More silence. Was it the bone, Rocket hollered? Suddenly he was rushing to the tree. Well, was it? But the little yellow bird was gone. Mr. Bennett, I am so proud of you. I think you should earn a star reward.
Oh my goodness. That's
Because
the thing.
you're sitting and you're listening. Your eyes are on me. You are doing an awesome job.
And you know what, Miss Updike, when you were reading, I caught myself starting to look down at my hands, and then I pulled my eyes right back up. Because we're not perfect. We're going to make mistakes sometimes, but that's okay. And we just got to be able to be a person who fixes mistakes.
That's right. Let's see what happens with Rocket. The next morning, Rocket arrived early. At last, the yellow bird appeared. Hello, how wonderful to see you in class, she chirped. I can tell by your waggy tail that you are well rested. I'd like to hear the end of the story, please, said Rocket. That seems like a fine way to start the day, chirped the bird. She gave Rocket a name tag and began to read. Every day, Rocket returned to the little yellow bird's classroom. In the morning, the bird taught him a new letter until he learned all the wondrous, mighty, gorgeous alphabet. Together, they sang out the sounds that each letter makes and spelled those sounds they heard around them. With a G and many R's, they spelled Mr. Barker's growl. Grrr. They spelled the sound of the wind, which was growing colder by the day. Whoosh. Soon they were spelling words like F-A-L-L, fall, for the gusty time of year, and R-E-D, red, for the color of the leaves. And each afternoon, the bird read a story. She read stories about dogs and birds. She read about leaves changing colors and about birds flying south for the winter. Then one day, the weather turned and the letter banner disappeared. See you again in the spring, the bird sang, and she flew into the wintry sky. She called, don't forget, words are built one letter at a time. Oh, I bet Rocket's feeling sad, Mr. Bennett. I think he really is enjoying learning how to read.
I was thinking the same thing.
The days grew shorter and the leaves fell from the trees. The grass became crunchy. Soon Rocket's classroom disappeared under the snow. He remembered the little yellow bird's alphabet and practiced his letters. Rocket thought about the bird's sweet chirp while he sounded out words like D-I-G, dig, and W-I-N-D, wind, and C-O-L-D, cold. He made new friends and spelled their names. Hello, E-M-M-A, Emma. Hi there, F-R-E-D, Fred. He spelled everything.
That's so fun.
When Rocket spelled M-U-D, mud, he knew that spring, as it always does, had returned. The breeze grew warmer, the grass grew greener, and a sign appeared. What do you think's going to happen, Mr. Bennett?
It must be time for school again.
Early the next morning, Rocket rushed to his classroom. As he waited, he spelled W-A-G, wag. Soon the little yellow bird arrived. Aha, my star student, she sang. How wonderful to see you. I can tell by your waggy tail that you are ready for class. Then together they began to read. They read stories about birds flying north in the spring. They read about picnics in the warm sun, and they read about Buster, the lucky dog who found his bone under the lilac bush. And when they were done, they read it again and again and again. Mr. Bennett, that's the end of our story. And I have to tell you, I am so proud of how you turned yourself into such a good listener while listening to my story I just read. So boys and girls, let's remember 5 things when you're listening to a story. Your eyes are on, your lips are quiet, and your mute button is silenced. Your ears are listening, and your hands and body, they're still for a little bit. I know you're going to do a great job being good listeners as we read stories together this year. Hey, Mr. Bennett, do you think they could practice this on their own?
I think that's a great idea, Miss Updike.
So in the playlist, I'm going to post some stories. You can click on one and practice listening to it on your screen. And then meet us back for our live meeting so we can share a story together.
I can't wait.
We'll see you soon, kindergartners.
Bye.
Bye.